So you've been sued by a collection lawyer and you're trying to work things out, and all of a sudden you get in the mail something called a consent judgment. And they say, oh, just sign that, and then you won't have to show up to court. So what should you do? Well, understand a consent judgment is a judgment. A judgment is where a judge has ruled against you. The consent part just means you agreed to it. You agreed to a judgment against yourself. So sometimes the collection lawyers, whether innocently or not so innocently, they go, oh, it's just no big deal. We're not going to garnish you. It's not like it's a real yes, it's a real judgment. Now, they may agree not to garnish you as long as you're making certain payments, but it's a judgment, and the credit bureaus pick that up. And so it'll be on your credit report. And that the collection lawyer has no control over that. They don't make that happen. They can't stop that from happening. So it's a real judgment, and you're messing up your credit doing that, and for most people, it's a really bad mistake. There are a few exceptions where it makes sense to agree to a consent judgment, but that's something at my firm, maybe every 5 years we'll do it one time, but the collection lawyers know we don't do consent judgment. That's just not what we do. We don't do it. So my suggestion is be very, very careful before you agree to a consent judgment. Say, am I really comfortable having a judgment against me? Maybe it's making interest at the judgment rate. And certainly if you miss a payment, they can garnish you. Of course, in some ways that's fair because you agreed to make the payments. But what I think is really bad is having that judgment on your credit report. And there are other ways to settle a case. And if you're dealing with a debt collector, you may not even need to settle. You may need to fight it. It may be good to hire us and we can make it go away, or we can go to court for you. So I would think very long and hard before I signed a consent judgment and understand what it is. Consent means you agree, and a judgment is a judgment. So if we can help you, give us a call, 205-879-2447. Anywhere in the state of Alabama, feel free to give us a call, 205-879-2447, or you can go to alabamaconsumer.com and you can contact us there, and I'll look forward to chatting with you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye-bye.